News from around the globe. Hot, fresh, balanced and objective.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on Unity TV. Today is Thursday, the 13th of April 2023, and it's equivalent to 22nd of Ramadan 1444 after Hijrah. The headlines: police foil robbery operation in Abuja, arrest suspects, recover BMW and other items. Construction workers trapped as 7-story building collapses in Banana Island. On the foreign scene, leaks suggest US spied on UN chief. And in sports, Lampard urges Chelsea to prove people wrong in return leg against Real Madrid. And those were the headlines. And for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command has said its operatives attached to the Apo Divisional Headquarters on Wednesday foiled an armed robbery operation and arrested a suspect. A statement issued by the command spokesman, SP Josephine Ade, revealed that the operation followed a distress call received from Zone E Extension Apo Resettlement. She said operatives from the Apo Division swiftly mobilized to the scene, but the hoodlums on sighting the police team abandoned an ash-colored BMW vehicle with registration number ABJ 440KX containing 3 plasma televisions and 2 laptops, which they had stolen from one of the houses and fled in different directions. She said the suspects would be charged to court upon the conclusion of investigations. An undisclosed number of construction workers have been reportedly trapped under the rubble of a 7-story building that collapsed at 1st Avenue, Banana Island, Ikoyi area of Lagos. According to an eyewitness, some of the workers jumped from the top floors just before the building collapsed, and some kids walking around the site narrowly escaped. Meanwhile, the state government has said it was investigating the incident. It noted that the building was unapproved and that the collapse occurred when casting was being done. In a statement by Munkail Sanusi, Deputy Director of Public Affairs, Lagos State Government, said an unapproved 7th-floor building under construction had collapsed in Banana Island, Lagos State, this evening. There was pandemonium yesterday when some state chairmen of the Labour Party chased the Lamidi Apapa-led faction of the National Working Committee, NWC, away from the national headquarters of the party in Abuja. The leadership crisis rocking the LP took a turn for the worse last week when a faction stormed the party's national secretariat located at Utako to take control of the building and citing a court order. The group, made up of 7 members of the NWC of the party, installed the national vice chairman, South Lamidi Bashir Apapa, as the acting chairman of the party, following the suspension of the embattled national chairman, Julius Abure. They said they were acting on the judgment of the Federal Capital Territory FCT High Court, which restrained Julius Abure from parading himself as the national chairman of the party. But speaking to newsmen yesterday in front of the office gate, chairman of Labour Party in Kwara State and the chairman of all the state chairman of the party, Chief Kehinde Rotimi, said himself and his colleagues had arrived for a meeting but were locked out of the party secretariat, and that when the Apapa-led faction arrived, they also refused to let them in, forcing everyone to remain outside. There is division in the People's Democratic Party (PDP) over the push for a mini convention by G5 governors. It was launched yesterday. The move, it was gathered, is aimed at seeing to the final exit of Dr. Iyorchia Ayu as PDP national chairman, but some Ayu loyalists have countered that no such convention can hold while the suspended chairman's case is still pending before the court. It was further learned that the envisaged mini convention will be an avenue to reject the party's National Working Committee (NWC) as it is presently constituted. A party source hinted that the NWC members likely to be dropped are the National Secretary, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, who is vying for the PDP governorship candidate ticket for the November 11 Imo State election. And on the foreign scene, the U.S. government believes the UN Secretary General is too willing to accommodate Russian interests, according to fresh revelation in classified documents leaked online. The file suggests Washington has been closely monitoring Antonio Guterres. Several documents describe private communications involving Mr. Guterres and his deputy. It is the latest from a leak of secret documents which U.S. officials are scrambling to get to the bottom of. The documents contain candid observations from Mr. Guterres about the war in Ukraine and a number of African leaders. One leaked document focuses on the Black Sea grain deal brokered by the UN and Turkey in July following fears of a global food crisis. It suggests that Mr. Guterres was so keen to preserve the deal that he was willing to accommodate Russia's interests. His actions in February, according to the assessment, were undermining broader efforts to hold Moscow accountable for its actions in Ukraine, saying he wouldn't comment on leaked documents. One senior official said the UN was driven by the need to mitigate the impact of the war on the world's poorest. And in sport, Frank Lampard insisted that the door is still open for Chelsea to progress to the semi-final of the Champions League despite their 2-0 defeat by Real Madrid, and has urged his players to kick it open further in the second leg at Stamford Bridge next Tuesday. Goals from Karim Benzema and Marco Asensio saw 10-man Chelsea defeated at the Santiago Bernabeu, with Mason Mount having a chance to change the complexion of the tie in the last minute, which also served as a reminder that it might not be over yet. Lampard admitted that there was a lack of confidence in his players, but insisted that the only way out of this was work and to talk to his squad to keep going. And with the sport news, we've come to the end of our bulletin for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Unity Radio FM TV respectively. You can also watch us on our satellite decoder Better, which has been watched in about 38 countries of the world free. You can also watch us live on our YouTube channel at Unity FM TV. I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs. Do have yourself a lovely day.
Unity.